the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another season here with OP Racing Premier Superspeedway Series as we are kicking this race off for Season 8 at the iRacing Superspeedway for the Hall of Fame 250. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and in the booth with me and joining me this season is somebody I've been excited to work with, someone I used to work with on a regular basis, but now I get to do it once again, and let me introduce you to a good friend of mine. His name is Al Smith. Al, how you doing out there tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Glad to be here. OP Premier Superspeedway Series going to put on one heck of a show here. And this track, well, I just pulled up to it, and it is ginormous, and it's going to put on a lot of good racing here tonight. Really looking forward to the season kickoff here tonight at the iRacing Superspeedway.
Well, as is the tradition for a season kickoff of OP Racing, we are going to induct somebody into the Hall of Fame here tonight. And I'll tell you what, in the booth with us is none other than Josh Milam, one of the league admin owners here tonight to help us do that. Josh, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Excited to be back for Season 8. Getting out here ready to put a show on for you guys.
Well, we got a show to put on, but before we do, we got to talk to somebody. So why don't you tell us who our Season 8 Hall of Fame inductee is?
Sir, I'll start off here. Start off with the current Hall of Fame guys here in OP, and that would include 5 drivers: Rick Sievers, Hunter Reynolds, Derek Conley, Mark Mann, and myself. We are part of the Hall of Fame group here at OP. It's a big accomplishment to be able to be pulled into that, being recognized for what you've done here in the group. I'll start off with some stats too. A quick few stats. This driver's got 118 starts in OP on Monday nights, 6 wins, 34 top 5s, 68 top 10s. He's completed 11,461 laps. And he's been in this league for quite some time, man. Great driver, Season 7 OP champion on Monday nights. That's another huge accomplishment. And this guy, he got this inductee by kind of a long shot. I do want to announce the other nominees who he beat out. That would be Alex Green, Logan Helton, Cody Ober, and yourself, KR. You guys were all nominated for this Hall of Fame inductee. But without furthermore, induct Jim Mayer, Season 7 champion in OP, and congratulations to him.
Well, Jim, how do you feel about that?
Honored. Those are some big names that he mentioned there. So to be up there with those guys, it's an honor.
Well, Jim, this 95 did pick up the season championship last year, and this year to kick off Season 8, you move into the Hall of Fame and join the ranks of some prestigious drivers. So, man, you gonna go back to back this season?
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm gonna give it all I got. I told you at the end of last season I was ready to go, line them back up and go then. So I'm ready to go now. So we're gonna we're gonna look to keep the competition strong as it always is, and hopefully you'll see the 95 at the front, when the time counts.
All right, well, Josh, this OP League has season 8 here, and you have the Hall of Fame inductee and Jim Mayer, so I'm gonna let you two talk for a moment.
Oh shit! Just big congratulations, Jim. Awesome to have you on board with us as a Hall of Fame inductee. Some big names on there. Some of your best drivers that's in the league, and everyone is full of champions. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday champion or a feeder series champions. We're all champions in there, and just some big name, great drivers in there. Like I said, well deserved. Great guy to race with, very respectful. No issues I ever had of Jim. He's just a great all-around guy, and I'm proud to have him in here with us.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I said, those names, the names are already there. They're there every year, and those are the ones you got to look out for at the end of the race. They're coming. So it's like I said, almost a loss of words. It's an honor to be amongst you guys.
Sure, man.
All right, well, that is Josh Milam, admin/owner of OP Racing, and our Hall of Fame inductee, Jim Mayer. Guys, we have a season to kick off. Jim, I already talked to you a little bit about it, but Josh, what do you expect out of season 8 here?
This may be, I know we say this a lot, we have pulled in about 10 of some of your best drivers all around from other Superspeedway leagues, and we raced with a bunch of these guys in different series, and this may be the most competitive and the best group of drivers that you'll see. So you'll see a bunch of rookies here, and you'll see a bunch of rookies being up front, leading races, and probably grabbing wins, because they're no rookie to Superspeedway racing. They're just considered a rookie in our league, being the first season here. So this is going to be tough. The season's shortened to 12 races. 16 guys will get in. So it's going to be a tough one. Every little small point matters here.
All right, Josh, well, qualifying is getting ready to get started, so I want to not keep you guys any longer. So thank you very much, Josh. And Jim, before we do send you on into qualifying, anything else you'd like to add, my friend?
Just a huge thank you to everybody that voted, and it means a lot to know those guys think what they think of me, and I'd rather finish clean than finish up front. So a respectful race is what I enjoy. A fun competitive race. So to everybody that comes out here and races Monday nights, you guys up in the booth put on the show, and the guys behind the scenes making this stuff happen. Huge thank you to all you guys, and I'm ready to get this going.
All right, well, get it going we shall. Josh, Jim, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me in the booth to help kick off season 8. Congratulations, Jim, on a tremendous honor. And Josh, man, enough can't be said about OP Racing. So guys, good luck in this season. Good luck here in qualifying.
Thanks, KR.
Thanks, KR. Hope to see you again in the booth.
All right, that is Jim Mayer from Alliance Motorsports and Josh Milam from Fuel Sim Racing, also league admin, owner, whatever they're called. But they are out qualifying, Al, and I don't know about you, but have you been watching anybody qualify?
I just picking up the number 6 automobile of Dustin Barber. He's out there on his first of, I believe, 2 laps they get here. And this track, they are super fast, already 226 miles an hour headed into turn number 3. These guys are going to put life on the limb here tonight at this iRacing Superspeedway. We're going to see some very fast times as they start to come in. It looks like Kevin Freeze up on the pole so far in that Chevrolet. The times are coming in fast and furious now.
We do have now 2 rookies on the front row. Sebastian Marin hitting that time on the front row in the 23. Kevin Freese on the outside for the moment. Hunter Reynolds, the 26, a mainstay at the start, or at the front to start a race. Now on row number 2 with Gabe Butler right there as well. So Gabe Butler and Hunter Reynolds. Butler is in his sophomore season. He had quite a few poles last year, and already we're seeing a new class of rookies supplanting some established drivers.
Yeah, one driver getting up to speed. Well, we just heard to him, the new inductee, into the Hall of Fame for here at the OP Premier Super Speedway Series. He'll cross the stripe and start his first lap of qualifying. That, of course, is the number 95 of Jim Mayer, KR. And what an honor for him to get honored here before we kick off Season 8 for this great series. And now he's on the clock trying to put in his best lap time. But as we all know, Super Speedway racing, it doesn't really matter where you start, but it always helps to start up front.
It does help to start up front. Anything can happen throughout the field, but I've always been under the impression if you lead every lap of the race, they kind of give you a trophy.
That is true. I haven't got too many in my time, and there's a reason I'm in the booth here tonight instead of down on the racetrack.
Another driver making his way out onto the speedway. That is the 15 of Alex Green. Looks like he is shutting it down, though. And so we'll check in on the 62 Checkered Flag Motorsports. That is Les Levy. His hometown is Confidential and the great state of Not Your Business.
I've never been there, but I heard that once you get there, they don't really like you there.
Yeah, and if you ask too many questions, they know you're not from around there. So Les Levy gonna cross the start-finish line. He moves into 20th spot. Do want to take a moment and give everyone a shout out and thank you for joining us in YouTube chat. We have Logan here. We got Jimmy Crow. How you doing, Jimmy? How you doing, Logan? Sean McCarrick. And it looks like my personal dad joke favorite dad joke teller, Nathan Grounds, joining us as well. And he's already dropping the microphone here with some sick burns in YouTube chat. Keep in mind, guys, that chat is on live replay. So when your favorite driver comes back to watch this broadcast, he can see that chat. So make sure you let him know you've been cheering for him.
You ever get chats, KR?
Nobody cheers for me, no.
Oh, that's sad.
I know.
Maybe
okay.
we'll change that this season. Maybe they'll cheer for you.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm just the broadcaster. I don't need them cheering for me here. We have fun. Nathan's gonna drop he's good for at least 2 dad jokes here tonight. Let's see. Jimmy Crow's gonna call the correct top 5 finishing order. And Sean McCarrick's just along for the ride. Glad to see you, Sean. Missed you. We'll miss you tonight.
Not too many drivers left to make time right now. One driver just taking the green flag. That's the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds in that Ford. And nothing has changed with me, KR. I still like those blue ovals. We need a few more
I
up
threw
at
up
the
a
top.
little in my mouth.
Well, hey, it's better than those the 2 Band-Aids covering up the mistake.
I don't know. Not sure on that. I bet a Chevy wins tonight just to spite you.
Well, I would hope so. That's like 80% of the field. That's not really going out on the limb there. But the top 3 cars are from each make.
Well, there you go. So that's well spread out. Jeff Crosby in the 33, starting to make his way to the start-finish line for his time lap. The 33 crosses the line, and Jeff Crosby moves up into 12th place. Nathan Ground's dad joke. I don't know if you got to catch it, but Nathan Ground says NASCAR is currently being canceled because upon further review, they have determined it's nothing but a human traffic ring. I dig it. Good dad joke.
I mean, is he wrong?
No. All right, track has gone quiet. So, season 8, a very short season, regular season, if you will. We are only going to have 12 races for season 8. I'll spit it all out here sooner or later. Trust me. I had 2 weeks off. I fried my brain for 2 weeks, guys. It's going to be a rough one here tonight. But
Did they not let you out of the basement again?
Yeah, I'm out of the basement. But a 12 race regular season, we still are going to have 16 drivers into the first round of playoff contention, and then it eliminates down to 8, and then our championship 4. So it is going to be a bit of a short season. You know what? No matter what, some things change, some things always stay the same. And like we do on all our broadcasts here on Monday night for OP Racing, please join me in honoring this great country.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for. Oh, Canada, our home and.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to roll out for tonight's Hall of Fame 250 here at the iRacing Superspeedway. So let's get right into our starting lineup for this one, as I still can't hit the right buttons. Good grief, KR. All right, on the inside of row number 1, Sebastian Marin, a rookie, and on his outside, that is Kevin Fries. Row number 2 going to be Hunter Reynolds and Gabe Butler. Row 3, Joe Dellavecchia and Randall Cobb. Row number 4 going to be Mark Mann and Logan Helton. Row 5 going to be Seth Gruber and Zach Fritsch.
Rolling off 11th will be the 071 of Eric Loring, Jeffrey Crosby Jr. We'll roll off 12th. 13th will go to Jim Mayer, and Patrick Gruber will start to his outside in the 14th position. David Booth, Derek Conley, Tyler Miller will start 17th. Anthony English in the 18th spot, J.D. Crow, and Jared Forbes, your 20th starter.
On the inside of row number 11, that is the Checkered Flag Motorsports Les Levy machine, and on his outside, a rookie, Richard Kuhn. Row number 12, Bob Lacavera and Doug Rice. Row number 13, going to be Zach Workman and Dustin Barber. Row 14, Travis Elliott and Jimmy Reynolds. And row number 15 will be Josh Milam and Jeremy Funk.
Dave Hunt, David Ostrander will make up row 31 and 32. 33rd will go to Alex Green, Ron Connors, Peter DeBora, Rick Sebris, Cody Eldred, John Stevens, Cody Ober, Andy Barrett, and Dan Harrington, your 41 starters. And just like that, the green flag is up and season 8 is underway.
Down on the inside, Sebastian Marin has the advantage over Kevin Freese for the moment. As Marin in the 23, holding that yellow line. He has Hunter Reynolds in the 26 on his back bumper. A rookie out in front very early here at season 8. But if you talk to some of these drivers who run these super speedway leagues, that 23 machine, Sebastian Marin, that is no slouch behind the wheel here at a super speedway.
A very highly talented race car driver in that number 23, looking to lead the first lap of the season, and he might do it. He's got the 26 of Hunter Reynolds right there tucked up underneath the back bumper, but that 25, that is Freese, and he'll get credited with leading lap number 1.
Freese in that 25 into turn number 1 with the lead, but here comes Sebastian Marin trying to work to his out inside and take that lead right back. And man, this rookie class that we have this year is one heck of a rookie class. We had an outstanding one for season 7. This year, I think we got an even more powerful rookie class, and we are going to talk about them quite a bit, especially when they are out in front.
Still even rows of 2, almost 3 wide that time off turn number 4. These guys, well, they're not pacing under the pace speed. How about a top speed right now? 2:44 going in the turn number 1 by the 25 of Freese. He's going to drop down in front of Marin. And that's going to take away that running spot up on that yellow line. Yellow line out of bounds here to get the outside line forming to that inside line. 5 cars deep, really getting a push down the back stretch. You see how fast these cars are sucking up KR. These drivers highly got to be ready to make a move in a blink of an eye, especially at the speeds that they're carrying here at iRacing Superspeedway.
Fastest lap of the race, Jared Forbes in the 73. We'll see how that plays out as they make their way down the front stretch once again. I believe our race cars are starting to get up to full speed, and Forbes is going to give up fastest lap of the race to Josh Milam in the 7. And Milam was using Forbes as a little bit of someone to help pull him to that fastest lap.
And these drivers really jostling the cars back and forth, trying to keep them underneath them at these speeds. It's got to be very difficult to not get any time out on the racetrack before we came up to the booth here, which probably was a good thing, KR, but these guys really going to put on a show for us, and at these speeds, already working lap 4, going to put that into the books as they cross the stripe, go to lap 5. We're halfway. I believe the first stage, 20 laps in distance. I think you might see some drivers trying to either short pit it or make it just past the halfway point before coming to pit road.
Yeah, time and time again, we have seen where hitting pit lane in the first group is where you want to do it, but anything can happen throughout a season change. So right now, Joe Della Vecchia, another newcomer to OP Racing Premier Series, presented by Butt Kicker on the outside. And man, 3 rookies in the top 3 right now.
Yeah, showing just how tough it is going to be to get that Rookie of the Year honors. And these drivers, you know, the veterans of the league, well, they're not going to sit back and just let these newcomers come in and steal the show. It takes a long time. These guys might be not pushing their stuff right now, just kind of feeling it out, getting in the right line, getting lined up. Because we all know how important it is to draft with your favorite drivers.
Riding on board with the biggest mover of the race so far. That is Dave Hunt in the 53. He has gained 14 spots from where he qualified, and he is working that outside lane. Dave Hunt starting to make his way forward. Man, Dave Hunt had a heck of a season last year, kept trying to knock down the door for a win, but just could not pull it off. I don't think he's done yet. I think he's going to get that win this season.
We got him 3 wide KR off turn number 2 down the back stretch. I believe that's the 51 automobile working the extreme high side of the speedway. Now he'll fall back. That was Travis Elliott working way up there with no help. No, tucks it back in line, but he's going to lose 2-3 spots in the turn number 3.
Travis Elliott falling back just a little bit here, but I wouldn't worry too much about him. He has been working his way forward, but Elliott, an accomplished super speedway driver as well, and longtime member of OP Racing Super Speedway series throughout all the leagues.
These drivers putting on the show, crossing lanes, knocked up on each other as tight as they are. Always astonishes me at how well these drivers can race at these speeds in close corners and manage their runs. That's got to be so difficult, especially here at 220 plus miles an hour. Managing that run, not only run over the guy in front of you, but not getting rolled in. We got cars peeling off coming down the pit road.
That we do, but take a moment here. Our top 3 are all 3 rookies. They are all from the same team. That is Team Bootnaka. They are doing an outstanding job, but green on flag pit stops are underway. And that is Team FSR, Fuel Sim Racing, on the pit road. These guys are usually some of the first ones to hit pit lane. That's what they have done right now. They have all hit pit road. You are very much in danger of going a lap down here as they peel off and they get rolling, but they will go a lap down if they are not careful. And here comes a big group of drivers on the pit road, multiple teams hitting pit lane. The 23 of Marin locking the brakes up, trying to get it woed up enough. He is on the pit road. That leaves the 88 of Gabe Butler out in front. Gabe Butler leading this race, and Butler hails from Meteor Racing in the 88 as he is going to blow by some of our FSR drivers.
Yeah, it's just amazing how tricky it is to get on the pit road there. You see them coming up, the drivers coming up the speed. They'll get organized, but these drivers that have yet to come down pit road, we've got them 3 wide fanning out. They're going to make the hard left-hand turn, so we got 4 more drivers coming in. You see them locking it up, coming to the pit road. Just how difficult that must be is beyond me. And these guys are doing it, making it look very easy on and off of pit road. Yeah, you know, 41 drivers started this race. They're still all out on the racetrack. Just speaks to the amount of driving talent behind the wheel here today.
Groover House Racing out in front. Seth and Patrick, twin brothers, and the 02 Yoshi machine and the 01 Mario machine out in front. And man, I'll tell you what I saw them just do there was really very intelligent. I saw them actually arc up into the corner here instead of trying to keep their car pinched down. These two, I think they're on to something. I got to watch them do a race on a one-off the other night with OP Racing, and they impressed me. I never got to watch them before as a broadcaster, but I watched them that night, and let me just say, I think it's pretty hilarious, their paint schemes. I'm seeing some smart moves out of these guys here very early. Another pack of rookies out in front.
Now, are you a Luigi or a Mario?
Yeah, I didn't know you had to pick one. I love all my children.
You don't have to pick one, but both those cars are good. They normally say green on a race car is not good luck. So you would not tell that to Seth Rover as he is leading this field right now. He's weaving through the lap traffic. These guys are going to have to get in line, though, to come to pit road. We know that max, maybe 15 laps on the tank gas before you have to come onto pit road.
Yeah, they are running this tank dry, and they are in the thick of things here. There is mass chaos. A lot of cars are one lap down now because the 02 has not hit pit lane. And right now, there's only 9 cars on the lean lap. Kevin Freese in the 23, or I'm sorry, in the 25. As Seth and Patrick do hit pit road, big lockup from the 01 and the 02. We'll see if they got it slowed down enough. Dave Hunt going to join them as well. Dave Hunt running a new paint scheme here. Like that number, Dave. She looks solid.
Hard go down the pit road speed, 60 miles an hour from 240. As he's had to slam on the brakes, get on the pit road. They'll take a full tank of gas. So we'll see if they take any tires. But this should circle back around and put the 23 of Marin back into your race lead, I do believe, as they come off turn number 4.
Well, now hold on for just a minute there. Mark Mann in the 04. Finally, a veteran finds a way to poke his nose to the front. These rookies have had this on lockdown, but not yet totally out of the woods. We are creeping up on the end of stage 1. That is going in at the completion of lap 20 as the 02 and the 01 go, they finally make their way off the pit road and get past. Looking down the chart here, and we do have a couple speeding penalties. Jared Forbes, Alex Green, David Booth, all getting caught with a speeding penalty.
It's amazing that only a few drivers getting caught that time with how fast they were charging pit road. As Mann and Freese play the bumper tag down the front stretch, that'll put Marin out the back to your front leads. They went around the outside of the 04 of Mann. He's got a back pocket full at 63 of Helton. So a good battle here, 2 and 3 wide off of turn number 2 and down the back stretch.
Down the back stretch, Mark Mann in the 04. His teammate, Logan Helton in the 63 on his back bumper. Jim Mayer inducted into the Hall of Fame, winning season 7 championship. Right now, third car down on the inside line. There's Randall Cobb in the 52. Randall Cobb from Buck Wild Racing. Still has that green spoiler on. That's all right. It looks good. It makes that car pop, but someone forgot to update their paint scheme.
Maybe for the spotter stand there, make it so that way it stands out with all these black cars. As Mann jumps back out to your race lead, the outside has Marin being pushed by Freese down to the turn number 3. Those two drivers have hooked up all race long, KR. Is it too early to pick your racing buddy and stick with them?
Never too early to pick a buddy on a racetrack. Speaking of buddies, Peter DeBorgia used somebody to get him the fastest lap of the race at a 43.67. That extra life 40 machine really got after it after that pit stop. A 43.67, the new fastest lap of the race.
That's Holland now. They're 3 wide there. The 33, the Skull Bandit car of Jeffrey Crosby Jr. working the outside of the speedway. He's behind number 51. That is Travis Elliott working the outside as they got outside of the track starting to work. Now we'll tuck it back in line as they work around a bunch of cars coming off the road.
Contact Tyler Miller in the 24. How did Tyler Miller save that at over 220 miles an hour into the corner? Great job, Tyler, staying on top of that car right there.
I don't know how he saved it and how these guys said, the wreck right there. There's still, oh no, more contact. One car around in turn number 2, up in front, up and over. Big wreck in turn number 2.
Randall Cobb in the 52, going to bring out the caution for the first time here tonight. And he lands on all fours and is able to keep going. And that is going to bring out our caution and set us to the end of this stage. We're going to take a look. Josh Milam and Randall Cobb make contact through the corner. Hunter Reynolds hits the 52. Up and over goes Cobb. lands on all fours and is able to keep going. But a tough break for the 7 and the 52. Everyone was doing very well, hauling it very fast. Some net code there, it looked like, for the 33 of Jeffrey Crosby Jr. On board with the 33, you can see the crash happening up ahead. He is able to just squeeze through. Don't know how much damage he's got on that race car officially, but man, if he got none, then he got lucky.
Another one, Hunter Reynolds, is also involved in there. He's the one that went up underneath Randall Cobb. Looks like maybe there's some minor damage to that Reynolds wrap, number 26 KR, but how scary is that? That's one of those factors of high, probably, because you don't know exactly where the cars are going to go.
All right, it looks like the field has formed up, and they are heading for pit road. And without a race control, we're going to call it unofficially all season. So if we get it wrong, guys, please bear with us. We're doing the best we can, and trust me, we're not the best. So the 04 of Mark Mann, first one on the pit road, very good indication that he is our stage 1 winner. Logan Helton in the 63 down to his inside, trying to get all he can on this pit stop. So Logan Helton and Mark Mann into their pit boxes. Both drivers, well, Mark Mann had to pull it forward just a little bit, and now he is being serviced by his pit crew. That's going to cost him a little bit of time.
It will, but his car being very quick here tonight, I don't see it being that big of a problem. The first one down in the way looks like to be the 63, but it looks like maybe the 23 of Marin gonna beat him off pit road, depending where the timing line. I'll have to wait for the official lineup behind the pace car here tonight at the iRacing Superspeedway Series KR. But man, already stage 1 in the books, and the racing crazy and out of control here tonight. These guys 3-4 wide contact and able to keep it underneath them.
All right, let's go ahead and get a quick word in with our first stage winner of season 8. That is the 04 Mark Mann. Mark, you got your ears on, my buddy?
Yes, sir, I do, KR.
Did you just win that stage because you wanted to talk to me?
That's because I had Logan behind me, but yeah, I wanted to talk to you, man. What's up? I did not expect anything from this race from me tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, you win stage number 1 here in race number 1 of season 8. A solid run for you here in that 04. Maybe not so much of a great pit stop, but man, there's a lot of good things going for you.
Yeah, I think I flat spotted my tires by locking them up for about 200 yards. But yeah, I mean, I had a good pusher behind me, so I'm happy to win that first stage. I pulled my back today, and man, I'm just like, I am gutting this out as best as possible tonight.
All right, man. Well, back issues are never any fun. Mark Mann in the 04. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Absolutely. Alliance Motorsports, and congratulations, Jim, on the Hall of Fame. Mara for watching. You guys at Turn 3, absolutely that. And OP and all the things the admins and everybody do over here, brother. And all the fans and everybody watching at home. Can't forget them.
All right, well, we won't forget him. Mark Mann, once again, congratulations on stage 1.
Thanks, bro.
That is your stage winner, Mark Mann, in the 04. Somehow he found a way to beat all those rookies. I don't think anyone led a lap till the 04 got up there that wasn't a rookie.
I believe you're right. Hey, he's not too far from me, KR. Driver from Cobleskill, New York. That's not too far from where I'm located up here in the upper eastern broadcast booth for the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Dear Lord, they're multiplying.
Hey, what's multiplying is the green flag laps here. Stage number 2 will come to a completion at the completion of lap 40. And I don't even have words. The 24 got hit, almost wrecked, didn't wreck. I don't know how he saved it. If we have the save of the race tonight,
so far that's the save of the race, that's for sure.
I don't know how he saved that.
I don't know either. Anyways, here we go. Sebastian Merritt, Logan Helton on row number 1 for our restart into stage number 2. Then it's the 25 of Kevin Freese and the 04 of Mark Mann for row 2. Row 3, Zach Workman in the 19, and then Jim Mayer to his outside. So here we go. Green flag is out. Stage number 2 is underway. Merritt in the 23 lit the tires up and really is digging hard to try and keep in front of Logan the Kid Helton.
Yeah, Helton getting a good push from stage 1 winner of Mann, but they're going to lose a little bit of ground on the entry to turn number 1. It takes about a lap and a half for these guys to get up to full song. As we saw in the opening stages there, look at the outside line already formed up. It's 4 cars deep. Now the inside line going to get a little bit of help. How about the 19 of Zach Workman in that Garrett car, working down the inside, that green and white automobile, running in the 5th position.
Sebastian Merritt holding on to that spot, and you can see just how big this track is from this camera angle shot. They are literally on a roller coaster, tilt-a-whirl, and all kinds of other amusement park rides all shoved into one.
You said it. I pulled up to this place here today, KR, and it literally took my breath away. Saying, how are they even going to race around this and put on, a great show that we know they're going to do? But this track, corners are tight, big banking, as they would just file down in the turn number 3. The 95 making his way up towards the front. Jim Mayer, he's starting to work towards the front of this one, KR. Haven't really talked about him much of this race. He finds himself inside the top 10 now.
He's on the back bumper of the 04. Jeremy Funk in the 97 is the last car on the lead lap. We started 41 race cars here tonight. Oh, big trouble as the 95 goes around. Derek Conley involved. Hunter Reynolds. This is a big crash into the corner. And now everyone piling in. Jim Mayer involved, Bob Lacavera involved, Hunter Reynolds, Anthony English, Les Levy, David Overstreet, David Booth. So many race cars involved in this one. Rob Connors going off track. Here we go. We're going to take a look from the 5 of Bob Lacavera. He got into Randall Cobb again. One car got launched into space. Dan Harrington in the 82. Good thing these cars only weigh 10 pounds because he's tumbling like it does only weigh 10 pounds. This is a big crash here. A lot of race cars involved. And a lot to see what happened here. Off the nose of the 02 Yoshi machine. He picked the right lane and slowed it down big time. So many cars. Where do you even start?
I have no idea, KR, but that was carnage. It turned into a wholesale parking lot here fairly quick. Who was the driver that went flipping down the backstretch? That car.
That was the 82 of Dan Harrington.
Hopefully he will be okay. That car up and over. He stick the landing. He did. The Russian judge is going to give him a 10.
Well, the Russian judge gives him a 10, but iRacing said, to the pit lane you go.
Correct. Tough break. That took out a lot of good cars right there. They're going to come down on pit road. Get their cars serviced here, see what happens. Now, do they have a backup car in the pit stalls tonight?
We do have 2 fast repairs available, but only when we come to the iRacing Superspeedway. Outside of that, everyone usually only operate with 1 fast repair.
Well, this track looks like it can definitely tear up some equipment in a big hurry that we just saw in that wreck there. It was just, and the speeds you carry here, 220 plus miles an hour. How do you even slow up when something big like that happens in front of you? I don't think you can.
No, slowing up is not something you do in that situation. You try to slow down as much as you can, but you're in it. If you see it, you're in it. All right, so Peter DeBorgia in the 40, winning the race off of pit road by driving through the pit lane.
Looks like he was last on pit lane at the stage breaks. I don't think he came down this time, KR.
He came down pit road. He just didn't stop in his pit stop.
Oh, did he come down and did he throw out his water bottle?
Maybe. We'll see if he's going to hit his pit box this time around. He does have some damage on the front end of that, so maybe going to try and hammer it out. But man, this one, we did have, I want to say, 35 cars on the lead lap as the 40 does make his way onto pit road. So too does everyone else. Looks like they're going to try and come down pit road. We're right at the limit of being able to make it to the end of stage 2. So almost everybody's hitting pit road. Dave Hunt in the 53 going to be the first one that elects to stay out and try and stretch his fuel.
Yeah, along with Eric Laurie and Andy Brigante. They'll stay out. That's your top 3. Tyler Miller, that has the best save of the race so far this race. He stays out as well. So your top 6 cars staying out, everybody else coming in and topping off with fuel. I think that's going to be a good play right there, KR. I think, like you said, very close to making it on fuel the rest of this stage, which will end in about 14 laps from now. So it's going to be very close whether or not these drivers can or cannot make it the rest of the way if they don't come back in and top off.
Right now, every race car is still rolling in one form or another. Nobody has gone behind the wall just yet. And it looks like at our final tally, as things are starting to shape up, Rob Connors in the 36 is the last car on the Rob Connors in 36th spot. The 00 machine is the last car on the lead lap. Lights have gone out on the iRacing safety vehicle, and Dave Hunt looking to bring this field around and start them off once again and try and win stage number 2 on the outside of row number 1. That is the 071 of Eric Laurie. Inside row number 2, I believe that to be Tyler Miller. Ooh, wrong camera angle. As Derek Conley. Conley 1 lap down, but since he did not hit pit road, he gets to restart in front of all of our lap traffic, or not lap traffic. Good grief, guys. I told you it was going to be a rough one.
That's it. No more weeks off for you, KR.
That's it. I got to work the rest of the time for the rest of my life.
And we're getting up to the gearboxes. We already got them 3 wide off turn number 2. I believe that is the number 40 of Peter DeBorgia working the outside of the racetrack. As they look down to that stretch, 3 rows, 3 wide, all chasing your top 8 cars that are double file into turn number 3.
They headed off into turn number 3. We ride on board with the 73 of Jared Forbes, as this back group isn't as bunched up as everyone else at the front. So they could end up losing the draft here. They can all get together and get single file. They might be able to close in on that front pack. But man, I'll tell you what, there is a lot of stuff going on at the front of the field. Cody Ober in the 8 in trouble. He's into the wall. And now the caution is going to come out once again as they are spinning. Bob Lacavera involved, the 46 of Overstreet. Sean Stevens in the 27. JD Crow looking like he's got some damage. So yellow flag coming back out. And it started with the 8 of Cody Ober. take a look and see.
I think you might have just clipped that apron there and it sent him up. Maybe a little help from behind. Hard to tell from my angle view here.
A lot of cars getting involved in that one, though. Smacking into each other. You know, they're just enjoying pinballing around like that. A little bit of bumper cars.
Yeah, nothing that Sledgehammer and Sabando won't fix.
A lot of duct tape.
David Overstreet cracked the wing sauce on that wreck.
That's not good. Not good at all.
No. Unless it's on wings. If you crack it over, you know, some wings, then it's good.
Some caution coming back out.
Our second caution for a wreck, third of the evening. And we are closing in on that second stage break here, KR. And there's points on the line, so these drivers that are towards the back of the field know they got to get towards the front. But now we've had two big wrecks. Some of these drivers might have gone through both of their backup cars that they had down on pit road. So now will we see a little bit more cautious, you know, a little bit caution from these drivers at to finish out this stage.
Derek Conley in the 28 is going to receive the free pass. He is back on the lead lap. Oh, all right. Half the field coming back down pit road to top off their fuel tank so that they spend a little bit less time on pit road at the end of stage 2. Who knows? Anything can happen, so you may end up winning the stage and spending less time on pit road, so you win the race off pit road there too.
It all helps there once we get to the end of this stage. Maybe a 44 lap sprint to the checkered flag, KR, so maybe get a little off sequence right now where you can split that last stage up a little bit different than, say, your competitors do. I don't mind the play calls right now that these crew chiefs are making down on pit road.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies coming out for the moment. But, yeah, you never know what you're going to get when you come to the iRacing Superspeedway. Unrestricted, full horse-powered race cars. And, man, anyone could come down pit road at any time, and it's a very tricky pit road to hit. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to stack them up, fire them off.
That we are. Can Marin hold on to it? Remember, man picking up the first stage win of the season in that 0-4. I believe he's down on pit road, or was down on pit road. He's up there in that 6th position as I tell more fibs.
That's all right. We just make it up as we go along, Al. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like thin air. It's all made up.
It's not like anyone's watching the broadcast anyways. We're paying attention to what we're saying. They're watching the race cars. I bet they don't even know what we're saying.
Well, if they were smart, they probably muted us.
Oh, I would have. I know we don't know what we're saying, so if we don't know what we're saying, how are the fans supposed to know?
I don't know, but it was nice and sunny during practice. Now it's overcast. I got my sunscreen on my nose. I got my shorts on, you know, all that stuff. And now it's overcast.
Jimmy Crow chiming in on YouTube chat, letting us know that Peter DeBorgia won a Daytona NIS 500 yesterday. Outstanding job, Peter.
Yeah, congratulations on that. Those are tough to win. I've tried my fair share hand at those.
All right, pace car.
Karen says she's watching. So
she's
we have a care package for her?
No, we admitted that they were watching as the green flag comes back out. They weren't listening to what we were saying because why would you?
That's true. Sebastian Merritt going to get up through the gearbox. He's got about a half car length advantage over the Dave Hunt and Kevin Freeze. But Freeze, the outside line, those two drivers have been working well together all race long. Took a little bit too long to get hooked up now. It is the number 53 of Dave Hunt getting a nice push from Zach Workman in that 19 automobile down the back stretch. Chevy out in front of this one, but here it comes the outside line, but ahead of steam in the turn 3.
Oh man, Seth in the 0-2 was making some good moves on that restart, and he threaded the needle and found a way to get up into the third car outside lane. Sebastian Merritt in the 23, your race leader Kevin Freese in the 25 on his back bumper. Dave Hunt in the 53, an OP racing veteran, challenging with two rookies to his outside and a driver in his sophomore season on his back bumper. Here comes Travis Elliott in the 51. He saw a little bit of a hole and tried to stiff it in there.
A little bit is key word there. He'll push the 0-2 of Groover out to the outside. Now he'll fall back. I believe that's the 7 of Milam working the outside as well. So those two drivers will get hooked up trying to make some space. But Milam gonna sit there in that 6th spot. He work down here into the corner. About 12 cars, 20 cars underneath the blanket in the turn number 1. And he's just the way they get in that corner, they snap right around their KR. How are these guys doing this at 240 miles an hour?
It is, it's quite the race to watch. Now, the drivers aren't big fans of it, but I gotta tell you, it is one of my favorite broadcasts coming here to this track because it is an unreal sense of speed that we are getting to witness here. And it does have a heightened sense of danger.
With the driver not caring about that, the 51 of Travis Elliott, he'll go to the point for the first time here tonight. Get a nice push by the 53 of Hunt. They're 3 wide behind him. Off of turn number 3, Travis Elliott trying to figure out which way to go. There's going to be 3 wide for your race lead. Hunt on the outside. There in the inside, middle lane, and then that inside line is Elliott. He's falling back after getting a great push. 4 wide behind that.
Al, we got a heck of a battle here tonight, and man, it is on from the get-go, I'll tell you that. These guys are all over the place, trying to just find some room to run and stay with it.
I think they're just trying to find their way to the infield care center.
Oh, that could be that as well.
I hope none of them end up there, but Marin out front getting pushed by Freeze. Those two guys have been together like peanut butter and jelly on a sandwich. And here comes Elliott. He's got the inside. Milam down low as well. They'll draw an even off turn number 4. It'll be completing lap 37, working lap 38. So 3 laps, KR, to the end of the stage. Who's it going to be?
Sebastian Marin, the rookie, here in his first race on Monday night with OP Premier Superspeedway Series. And Travis Elliott in the 51, a very seasoned veteran. These two going at it, but I don't know, it's a tough place to be out in front when you were trying to win a stage. The other guys get to see what you're doing when you're out in front.
And remember, some of these drivers came down lap 26, topped off, so they're going to be light on the fuel tank as it is, and then being full throttle all the way around here with just 2 laps to go in this stage number 2 for the Hall of Fame 250 here for the OP Racing Premier Series. And this is why they are part of the Premier Series. Look at these drivers doing battle 3, 4 wide. Sometimes it's 3 wide back there for the row number, what's that, 4 or 5 down the back stretch. The car on the outside trying to make some room, some ground up. I believe that is the 88 that Gabe Butler.
Butler in the 88 making some progress forward in that outside lane. Very tight racing with the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Teammates running door to door there. Sebastian Marin in the 23 pulls ahead of the 51 of Travis Elliott. Some solid pushing going on by the 25 as we got trouble on the front stretch. The 17 of Jimmy Reynolds is going to barrel roll like crazy. Eric Laurie goes spinning. And that is going to give the stage to Sebastian Marin, I believe.
I believe we'll wait and see who was leading at the line when they all back out of it. But that was a hard lick on the front of this one. Here, cars smoking on the infield. I believe that is the 071 of Eric Laurie. And that John Deere sponsor, number 071, smoking down the back stretch. That Camaro has seen better days, KR.
Randall Cobb, Sean Stevens, Eric Laurie, Jimmy Reynolds, all getting involved in this one. Let's go off the nose of the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Fritsch gets into the 15 of Alex Green just a little bit. So several race cars again involved in quite a big kerfuffle.
Tough breaks there. We'll see. It looks like Sebastian Marin gonna be your race leader, so he'll pick up the stage 2 win, KR.
So Marin picking up his first stage win here on a Monday night in his debut race. He and Kevin Freese, they have been running almost 1 and 2 the entire race. Started on the front row, and here they are finishing 1 and 2 in stage number 2.
They come down pit road. I imagine we'll see 4 tire change here. Full tank of Sunoco race fuel. It's everybody coming down pit road. 95 of Jim Mayer. Looks like he'll stay out. But your front runners coming down pit road. This is where the strategy is going to come into play, I believe, KR. I think this is where we're going to see, from this point out, maybe some short pitting, and you're going to see some strategy get off sequence of everybody else to make it to that lap 84 where that checkered flag is going to wave here tonight.
Seth Gruber winning the race off of pit road, but Sebastian Marin, our stage 2 winner. And let me see if I can find him here in TeamSpeak. I think I got him. And let's pull in our stage 2 winner. That is the driver of the 23. Sebastian, you got your ears on, bud?
Yes, sir. You got a copy?
Well, I don't want to have to copy what you're doing because I don't think I could. That 23 is on rails here tonight, my friend.
Yeah, it's been you know, a very tough race, obviously, since this track is so fast, very demanding on the person grabbing. But it's been a lot of fun, and been out front for most of the race, and that's the plan: stay out front.
It is the plan. I have long believed that if you lead every lap of the race, they give you a trophy at the end of the race. Is that your plan here?
Well, I haven't led every single lap, so I think if that was a trophy, it's out. But I mean, that's the plan: to stay out front as long as possible. So we'll see.
All right, man. Well, you're getting ready to hit pit road, so we won't keep you too much longer. Congratulations on stage number 2. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Oh yeah, a big shout out to my teammate Kevin Freese there. We're working really good together to kind of try and control the field, and that's what we did. So that's the plan. Keep working together and stay up front.
All right, man. Well, nice job on stage number 2. Congratulations on that one, man. Go get them here in the rest of this race.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That is Sebastian Marin, our stage 2 winner out of Team Bootnaka. Topped off his fuel tank there, Al, and down and away. And man, I'll tell you what, they're forming up 2x2 on the backstretch.
They are, a little bit of that strategy play. Seth Groover coming down. I guess not playing those games, but some drivers, like you said, just coming off pit road right now, KR, topping off to get that little extra distance. Now, we've seen the excitement level. It's at a high. Can it get any higher?
Yeah, because now we're going to give out a trophy and a checkered flag.
I don't know if I can handle this anymore, KR. I might have to get rid of my seat and just stand.
Well, I'll let you. You can do whatever you need to do, Al. You are free to stand up. I won't stop you.
All right. How about that? Yoshi up on the front of this one, leading us to green flag, the 51 of Travis Elliott to his outside. Both those drivers very quick here tonight. Pace car down on the way into the restart zone. They will go. They'll get back on the gas pedal.
Green flag is out. Seth and Travis, the 0-2 and the 51. Both drivers getting a good clean and restart. Nobody spinning any tires or anything. 35 cars on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, that is the other twin brother, the Groovers twin brothers, as we mentioned, the 0-1. Not up quite to the pack yet.
So he has had a little bit of tough luck here in these last few wrecks. Oh, that was close. Oh, the
one hard into the wall, big spin. We're staying on board with Seth Groover, and you can see the tire smoke everywhere. And he is going to shut this one down, but several torn up race cars once again. Sean Stevens, Anthony English, Derek Conley.
Zach Workman going to take the toe to pit road, and that is the car number 19. He was the car that first got set up to the outside wall. Pretty hard, heavy contact on that 19 automobile.
Cody Eldred in the 14. Did 2 seasons as race control. Came back to be behind the wheel. Checked up there, got a little contact. He went for a spin. Sean Stevens, you mentioned him. He goes up and over and ends up wheels to Jesus and has to take that long flatbed truck back to his pit stall. That's pretty disappointing that car flipped like that. I wish iRacing would do something. That's fairly ridiculous.
Well, yes. Now the question is, how many of these drivers are going to be able to get back out onto the racetrack, KR? How many have the bullets left in the chamber to finish out here at this season opener? A Hall of Fame 250 here at the iRacing Superspeedway.
We're taking a look now at Zach Workman as we're working our way forward through this crash. Workman in the 19 was the first one to smack that outside wall. Randall Cobb in the 52. Got to be wondering what he could do to start missing these crashes. It looked like he's been involved in every single one of them here tonight.
And have to change his luck as we head down the road this season, as everybody has come down pit road this time. I believe that Tyler Miller in that 24 is taking his car behind the wall. He'll be our first car out here tonight. The tough break for the driver, the 24, who still has my vote for the biggest save of the race.
Yeah, Tyler Miller had an outstanding save in that 24, but does look like his night is done. Derek Conley in the 28, his night could be done as well. He is not looking like they're in too much of a hurry to try and get that race car fixed.
Okay, save the 19, Zach Workman. He's going to make it back out on the racetrack after that hard contact with the turn 3 outside safer barrier. It looks like he's back out onto the racetrack, so the team doing a good job getting that car. But he is down, I believe, 1 lap in the arrears, they are. But with how this race has been unfolding, you can stay out of the wreck, you get that lucky dog, and you move forward. Get back on that lead lap. Right now, unofficially by my untrained eye, I believe we have 30 cars still on the lead lap.
30 cars on the lead lap. Randall Cobb has just gone behind the wall. The 52 calling it a night. Tough break for Randall Cobb, as he just could not catch a lucky break and had his car in the right places just at the wrong time.
Yeah. One of those nights that he'll wish he could have back, but plenty of time left to go. Well, we got a moment. Now, how about next week going to the Talladega Superspeedway next Monday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, the OP Premier Series. That one's going to be a good one. We were there a few weeks ago for the Jimmy Crow Memorial 60 KR at Talladega Superspeedway. They used those legacy trucks still back for that race, but man, did they put on a show. Always love going to the high banks down in Alabama there for the Talladega Superspeedway.
Another car that has gone behind the wall looking like his night is done. That is the 15 of Alex Green. He is out after completing 44 laps here tonight. So this caution has brought out several drivers from this race. Randall Cobb looks like he is done. Alex Green, Derek Conley done as well. Still sitting on pit road is the 44 of Anthony English. He has been there for now 5 minutes. That race car not looking too good.
No, the team not going to give up, though. You never know, getting the back out there, what those points could mean for a driver's hopes of making it into the round of 16 when the chase starts on May 16th here later this year. Right now, the pace car down and away. We're going to get back into the gearboxes. They're going to mash the gas, put the floorboard through the floor. That makes sense? I don't think so. But Elliott going to get through the gears first. But here comes Hunt. He's got the 17 on Reynolds pushing him. Wasn't Reynolds just upside down on the front stretch a few cautions ago?
Yeah, the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds turned himself into a barrel rolling machine. Now here he is up in the top 5. That's why you never give up.
Never give up. The 26 of Reynolds right there. Also right there behind him, Hunter Reynolds. Got Reynolds wrap. Pretty good sponsor right there for the Reynolds driver. They're already fanning back out 2 wide, really working the outside. 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. They're going to be 5 wide on the front stretch.
Big wiggle off of turn 4.
Ooh. How'd they hold on to that?
Probably with their fingernails. I think that's what you call white knuckle.
Yeah. I think I would have ripped the steering wheel right off the dashboard right there. Somehow they get it back going in the right direction, but Jimmy working backwards, not in the right direction, maybe bailing out of that front group there. Maybe a little bit of damage on that 17. Doesn't seem to be up to speed like the rest of the cars currently, but that might be by design. To finish first you must finish.
Yeah, Jimmy's one of those very smart drivers, very conservative. He doesn't like what he's seeing. He does not hesitate to drop to the back, and they are mixing it up pretty good right there. And at 17, even though he's dropping to the back, as long as that car's not damaged, it's not seeing a whole lot of damage on it. There's just a few little bumps and dings on it, but that 17 will find a way back forward when the time's right.
Yeah, they're just 4 wide off of turn number 2. The number 8 of Over got a little bit sideways off the corner, got a little bit tricky there. Now it'll be Hunter Reynolds getting a push to the front row from the JD Crow number 2. The new race leader unofficially leaves the 26 of Reynolds, but Hunt really carving the yellow line off turn number 2 or 4. Whatever corner they're in, KR.
Well, we're on the front stretch now. Trust me, I get confused all the time as well. Hunter Reynolds out in the front. Dave Hunt down on the bottom, but that's going to change very quickly as JD Crow and Andy Regante make some moves down on the yellow line. They start surging ahead. Sebastian Marin and Kevin Freese in the outside lane. Those two have been hooked up, and they are staying nose to tail. Those two teammates from Team Bootnaka, I think they're making a statement here tonight.
Don't look now, but the Groover brothers starting to get formed up there. They move the 0-2 up to the outside. Seth Groover now right there behind the 0-1 of Patrick. As they start to work their way up to the field, they had some speed early on in this race working together.
So the 0-1 gets in behind Hunter Reynolds. He thought about trying to slice down his brother, Patrick. Not able to go with him.
I'm
sorry, Seth in the green, Patrick in the red. Now they're hooked back up all the way down on the bottom lane.
And how about that? Right to the race lead, the two brothers working the magic from the Mario Karts. They'll battle the rookies to the outside. Marin getting a good push from Freese. Those two drivers really working well together tonight, Roger. Roger. KR. My bad.
Just gonna mute your mic right now.
I don't blame you. How about though? Oh, Barry getting really a good push though. These rookies really working well together. But here comes Hunter Reynolds once again with that 26 working to the outside. He's following the 53 of Hunts right now, closing in on that 30 laps to go mark. You really got to start picking and choosing who's going to be your pushing mates out there. Who can you trust not to leave you high and dry as we close in at the end of this one?
Take a look at some of the drivers in the middle of the field. David Overstreet in the 46, been caught up in a crash or 2 or 3, as most of this field has here tonight. He has gained 14 positions as we got some smoke, we got some cars crashing. Yellow flag coming out once again. And Overstreet in the 46, getting a piece of that one. Gabe Butler as well in the 88. The 052, I think that's Della Vecchia in that 052, getting turned, collects Overstreet and Butler. Travis Elliott squeezing by at just the right time. Take a look on board with the 88 of Gabe Butler. Just minding his own business, and then he's got a windshield full of left front tire.
Yeah, one car got out of shape there, and that kind of caused everybody to really get jumbled up there, KR. And a tough break there for some of these drivers. I know David Overstreet not having the night that he was hoping to have. Seems to be always in getting collected up in other people's messes.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rough night, and that was something that we talked about, these speeds and everything that's going on out there. You don't have a lot of time to react to something going a little bit sideways.
very, very wild set of events there. But some of these guys, not the biggest mover, KR. Before they come down pit road, that's the 13 automobile of Andy Brigante, up 27 spots. He comes down to pit road, giving up that 13th spot, but having a nice quiet night. Haven't really talked much about him, and that can either be good or bad, I suppose, but having just a nice quiet night in that 13 automobile.
That's kind of what you want here. Nice quiet night. Just nice and smooth, nice and steady. Conserve where you can.
Yeah, be there at the end there, and I think that's what's going to happen. One driver already down and away. Looks like gas only for the 0-1 of Patrick Gruber. He was only on pit road for his pit stall for just under 6 seconds, KR. So just topping that car off with fuel, maybe liking the way it feels with a little bit, not so much used rubber on that 0-1.
Maybe not. Quick pit stop though.
I feel like with the speed they're going, I would want 4 Mr. Feelgoods if I was driving. But I need all the help I can get.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a bold move. Fuel only. But I don't know. I think these Mario Karts, Toyota Supras, might have something working for them.
Yeah, we're gonna line up right there together. Dave Hunt in that 53 automobile. He also fuel only on that stop. So the first car with tires was 23 and Sebastian Marin, and they're gonna come back down pit road. So Dave Hunt gonna be your race leader as he stays out on the racetrack. So gonna top off. Can't make it on gas from here. I think you're gonna be about 10 laps shy of making it from this point.
Sure. Let's do quick math, not good math. We do quick math here, Al.
Is that like the Common Core?
No, it's quick math. You just throw a number out and you say, look, I said it was quick. I didn't say it was accurate.
Oh, well, I was doing the math in my head there.
Yeah, no, listen, Al. Like, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but don't raise the bar on me here. We do quick math, and that's it.
Okay.
Random numbers.
Random numbers. Yeah. You want to know, I'm kind of a little sad. There's no 96 out there.
Well, you know what?
That's a good number.
You can apply to the league, and all you got to do to apply to the league is let them know you're interested in running on their Wednesday night or their Saturday night, run some races, and wait for your invite up into Monday night.
Well, that would never happen.
I don't know about that. They invite a lot of people up. Have you seen our rookie class?
Yeah, they're very talented. I don't have talent.
You don't need talent. Look, Peter DeBorgia in the 40s out there.
Yeah, but he won the Daytona NIS 500 race.
They just let anybody win those things.
Oh my goodness. Listen, all the hate mail can go to chaos.
All right, here we go. Getting ready to fire them off once again. Dave Hunt, by virtue of not coming back down pit road, is the race leader, and away we go. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17, from barrel rolling down the front stretch to out in front of the second lane. He is on the lead lap. A little bit of housekeeping to bring you. 29 cars on the lead lap out of the race. Bob Lacavera in the 5 has stepped behind the wall under this most recent caution. Joe Dellavecchia in the 52, still being serviced by his pit crew. So too is Anthony English. Officially, those cars are still being scored. They are not out on track. 33 cars make that 34 cars out on the speedway. Doug Rice in the 35. Someone I haven't talked about here tonight, but someone I was excited to see out on the speedway once again. Doug Rice in that 35, a veteran amongst super speedway racing, but he is not had the best of nights here tonight. Right now, running in 36th place. He is several laps down, but just good to see Doug Rice out there once again.
Yeah, heard that name in my short period of time of running some super speedway races, and good to see Doug back out here. It's a Gruber Yoshi out front on this one. And Seth Gruber getting a nice push from Patrick to the race lead. Now it'll be Patrick going to the inside. They're going to be 3 wide down the front stretch.
They were in a hurry to get to that toilet to flush it as the plumbers that they are. And that is going to leave Seth high and dry. No one going
One
with
car
Yoshi.
In the wall, KR. Big trouble in turn number 1. I believe the yellow flag will come out. I believe that was a 0-0 of Rob Connors involved to bring us underneath our 7th yellow flag of the evening.
Take a look and see Rob Connors shoots up the track, gets the 77 of David Booth. So David Booth getting a piece of it. Rob Connors getting a piece of that one. Looked like maybe a shot of net code between the 0-0 and the 63 at Logan Helton.
Yeah, that's what it looked like there.
So a 2-car crash there, and bringing us back under yellow with 24 laps to go. Sports Crazy Boy 1981. Some of you may know him as Dan Holloway. Some of you may not, but Dan Holloway, an OP Racing veteran on Monday night. If you'll also notice, we have a hashtag Free Holloway up, because currently Mr. Holloway is didn't do nothing right now. He's been framed. Been framed.
Like Roger Rabbit?
No. Roger Rabbit was like a lot more successful than Holloway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the Ricky in the booth here.
Right. No, Holloway just kind of rides on the coattails of his teammates. And then when he doesn't win, he throws a hissy fit and gets put in timeout by iRacing.
Oh.
I'm totally making all of that up, but it still sounds really great.
I mean, it sounded believable.
No, Dan Holloway did get a little slap on the wrist from iRacing, so he is going to miss the opening race of Season 8. He will be back joining us next week. And so, Mr. Holloway, thank you for being who you are and allowing me to pose a joke at your expense.
Yeah, your address is what, 1234 Yemen Lane?
Yeah, in New York, like right next door to you.
Oh, yeah, so I'll make sure I pass along all that mail to you.
I appreciate it. Very kind, very thoughtful.
Hey, I look out for you, my friend. You know, you gotta keep an eye out for KR.
All right, so Sean Stevens, looks like his race car's a little bit torn up now as well. So with that being said, let's take a quick moment, and in the 41st spot, Tyler Miller in the 24, who so far has the most outstanding save of this race. Derek Conley in 40th position. Alex Green scored in 39th. Anthony English in 38th. That 44 machine is on pit road, but has been sitting on pit road for the last 21 minutes. Randall Cobb behind the wall out of the race in 37th. Bob Lacavera in a 36th spot. Doug Rice in the 35 machine scored in 35th. He is currently still out on the speedway, but multiple laps down. And then sitting on pit road now for the last 9 minutes, 15 seconds, that is Joe Dellavecchia. David Booth in the 77 has just dropped the jack. He is down and away after being caught up in this most recent caution. And so David Booth and Doug Rice dragging the tail end of the field here. Everyone else currently trying to get lined up for a restart.
Yeah, the final guys coming down pit road, JD Crow and company, Gabe Butler, Cody Eldred, and Richard Kuhn, all come along with a few other drivers coming down pit road to top those tanks off before we go back green flag racing. 22 laps, can't quite make it from here to the end yet. We are inching ever so close to that. And well, we will see what happens here, KR. Do you think once we get inside that window that we will see the guys come down pit road, or is it getting to the point where you go as long as you can, see if there's a yellow, and then pit?
You're gonna have that strategy all over the place. Eric Laurie last season picked up an outstanding win based on a strategy of he just kept staying out, and then it fell right into his lap.
How about this? Zach Fritz up on the front of this one. First time we called his name here tonight. He is your race leader, net number 12 automobile. Outside of him will be Patrick Groover, and then Seth Groover going to start third. So we'll see how long it takes the Groover brothers to get lined up. They've worked well with each other all race long. Pace car down and away. Into the restart zone we go.
Zach Fritch in the 12 grabs himself some throttle, but the 0-1 of Patrick Groover looked like he anticipated that start a little bit better in the 0-1, and the 53 of Dave Hunt surge ahead and now put Mario out into the race lead.
Those two drivers are out front, and now Hunt gonna leave the outside line. Here comes Seth Groover out to the outside as well, but they're gonna be 3 wide as here comes Brigante. Brigante up to your race lead to 13. Is your race leader in the turn number 3, getting a great push by Milam down here in the turn number 3.
Andy Brigante in the Lamborghini out in front. Never seen a Lamborghini look like that or in NASCAR, but I'll tell you what, he is making it work a little bit as he falls back. Now Josh Milam in the 7, making his way forward as he was using the 3rd lane, working with his FSR teammate Jimmy Reynolds, Hunter Reynolds, and Dustin Barber.
These guys really putting on a show, pushing and shoving each other. Here comes the 23 of Marin. He'll look to the inside. Oh, gonna get squeezed down there. Clips the inside yellow line. Marin and Freeze gonna get pushed back to your front. Those two drivers really pushing on each other all the way around the speedway. 3 even rows right now. Who's it gonna be at the line? I believe Milam leading that lap with 19 laps to go.
They will have to make one more pit stop. Keep that in mind. And it could be a green flag pit stop, and that will really shuffle this field up. But here they come down the back stretch. The 0-1 of Patrick Groover in the middle lane. He's got his twin brother on his back bumper in that green Yoshi 02. Down on the bottom, the 23 of Sebastian Marin, and up on the top shelf is Team FSR with 4 of their 5 drivers from that team all formed up. The only one not there, that's Derek Conley, and he's had an early exit from this race.
Team starting to form up here. 3 even lines around iRacing Superspeedway. 18 laps to go as they work through turns 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. Marin, Freeze throwing out front. Helton in the inside line. That's the red 63 on your screen. that is your top 3 cars on the inside line. Not really staying glued to the backside of the Gruber brothers as they work that middle line. The outside line kind of fizzled out there for a moment. KR is kind of gone away.
The 23 and the 25. Bootnaka Racing out in the front, running 1 and 2 on that inside lane. They're going up against Patrick Gruber and Seth Gruber. Then we have the 63, a Road to Pro driver, Logan Helton, nicknamed the Kid, doing all he can, and he's looking for some help from his teammates, but there's not a whole lot of Alliance Motorsports around the 63. Travis Elliott in the 51 on his back bumper.
Everybody getting into position right now. Do you think they're getting in position, figuring out, all right, I gotta be on the inside line to make it to pit road. When do I want to come to pit road? We're getting close to that fuel window where they can make it if it goes green to the end.
Yeah, we are creeping up on the fuel window, meaning that they are going to start hitting pit road here in the next few laps. But when, couldn't tell you, and man, everyone's strategy is going to be all over this place. I do know no one can make it. That's all I know right now. Everyone's going to have to hit pit road one more time.
Yeah, it's just a matter of when. Aaron and Freeze really pushing the inside line, getting formed up. 5 cars now. Make it 6 nose to tail. That's the John Deere automobile that we saw smoking a little bit earlier. That's the 071 of Lori. He's coming to the top 10 now. The Lori and that 071 really starting to work his way up through the field. He gets a little bit tight on entry there, loses some ground to your race leaders.
30 race cars on the lead lap. Richard Kuhn in the 47. Last car on the lead lap. And he is working with Zach Workman, who is the first car 1 lap down. So they are working together with 15 laps to go. Gabe Butler in the 88. Kind of trying to start watching this one. Butler and Rick Seabrands have hooked up. Those 2 veterans of Superspeedway Racing getting together could be trouble for the rest of the field. Jeff Crosby in the 33, right there ahead of him, and our stage 1 winner, that is the 04, Mark Mann, in 15th spot. So everyone's starting to form up where they want to be. This race isn't done just yet, but you can see that the jockeying for position is starting to take place.
It definitely is. Here comes Milam on the outside. As they get a little bit tight now, tucks it back in line. But Marion and Freeze, are they going to get pushed too far out there? Can they hold off the field if they get separated from the field? Well, these guys with the pack get a big run. We're about to find out here. The 63 of Helton really getting a push now by the 01 of Patrick Cooper into turn number 1. Yeah, are these guys really getting racy here with this? They know the hourglass starting to run out of sand. They got to be in that position. Take home the checkered flag.
Halfway down the backstretch with 13 laps to go, Sebastian Marin and Kevin Freeze. When are they going to hit pit road? Logan Helton in the 63 up in that second lane with the Gruber House Racing. They're going to have to try and find a way down to the bottom. Getting on the pit road here, probably the hardest track in the iRacing virtual world to hit pit lane, as we do have 1 car on the pit road, and that is the 77 of David Booth.
Yeah, Booth been down on pit road trying to get some damage fixed. Now will be out, coming out onto the racetrack, it looks like. So he'll be clear at pit road. When will we start seeing some of the front runners? Helton now being pushed to the your race lead by Patrick Hooper. As soon as he gets there, he cuts down low in front of Marin off of turn number 4, but Marin's going to come screaming down the pit road.
On the pit lane come several of our race car drivers, and they're all looking for some fuel with 11 laps to go in this one. Hooper stays out the 01 and the 02. Out in front, Logan Helton in the 63, Eric Laurie in the 071, and Dave Hunt, now your top 5, as they did not come down pit road.
Will it be the case of who comes down pit road first will come out and cycle through? How about your top 10 now? Gruber is your top 2. Helton is in 3rd. Now they will stay out. Those 3, we got 4 more cars coming down pit road, being led by the 071 of Eric Laurie.
We rode on board with the 53 of Dave Hunt for that pit stop. The 01 and the 02 both stay out, along with the 63 of Logan Helton, as they are going to put some race cars 1 lap down as we begin our green flag pit stop shuffle.
They're going to come screaming by the field down the back stretch right now. And they got to weave through this slower traffic and try to get into a position to get on the pit road. As they're going to come right up behind Breeze and Marin as they go off clear. Now they will peel off the racing surface. So the Gruber brothers are going to smoke the right front. 1 car hard and around, I believe. That might have been Andy Briganti in the Lamborghini 13. He collects the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. And that's going to spell trouble, as you do not want that during green flag stops. And that's going to put Peter way down in the standings. We'll see what happens when they start to cycle around. Right now, Helton slipped through his pit box, KR. And that is going to have to cause him to back up a little bit, lose some more time on pit road. As the 51 of Travis Elliott being pushed by the 04 man that was flying down the front stretch. We'll see where everybody merges now as they work off of turn number 1 and 2.
On board with the 51 of TJ Elliott with 9 laps to go. He's got that baby wound up and at full speed. He's going to make his way very easily around Patrick and Seth Gruber. Logan Helton in the 63 can only watch as well as the 51 takes over the race lead. Mark Mann in the 04, the 25 of Kevin Freese, and the 23 of Sebastian Marin now make up your first 4 race cars. Throw in the 4 of Rick Sebrands. Just a little bit ago, that 4 of Rick Sebrands, he was all the way back in the 20th spot.
And this tells you how fast things can change here in the OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series. Is your top 7 cars single file. Now this, I believe that was the number 2 of Kroga, a little bit tight off of turn number 2. That's to allow the 26 of Reynolds to make a move to the outside. He's got some help by the 95 of Mayer.
Jim Mayer in the 95, trying to cap off an outstanding night for himself as he was inducted into the OP Racing Hall of Fame and the defending champion. And right now that 95 inside the top 10 with 7 laps to go.
Challenge for your race lead now, the 25 of Freese, as it is go time with 7 to go. Make it 6.5. They work down the backstretch. He's got a nice push by Sebrands. The Sebrands out of nowhere up inside the top 2. Now he'll push Freese out to the outside. Now jumps back in front of Milam, trying to get the push to your race lead off the corner down the front stretch. 2 rows of 2x2 with 6 laps remaining.
Rick Sebrands in the 4, taking the race lead for the first time here tonight with 6 laps to go. Josh Milam in the 7, gonna push him out in front. Sebrands drops down to the inside, and Milam on the outside. They're gonna form up side by side down the back stretch. This race, Al, do you have any heart medicine?
I don't, but I'm having some heart contemplations right now because my heart rate's got to be about 150 watching these guys put it on the line. Look at the move there by Mayer from the outside line to the inside. He hit the bottom shelf and he's going to take the race lead off turn number 2, 4. Down the front stretch they go. The 7 of Milan still showing the way as they work past some slower traffic. That's the 46 of Overstreet. Is they'll work underneath him, so they'll go 2 by 2. And don't count out the Gruber brothers. They are starting to make their moves back inside this picture here for this race win with 5 laps to go.
Fastest lap of the race being turned that time by Gabe Butler in the 88 at 43.64. He is trying to make his way forward, but laps are winding down as Zach Fritsch in the 12 down on the yellow line. Got that apron a little bit, but is able to hold on to it.
Able to hold on to it and getting a good push by Mayers. They work down the backstretch. Here comes Elliott to the inside. Oh, that was a squeeze by Reynolds right there. Keep him at bay. Milam still showing the way as they work into the turn number 1. One car away up the racetrack. I believe that's the number 8 automobile of Ober. They still move to the outside. Here come the Gruber brothers, though, right behind J.D. Crow down the backstretch. Everybody jostling for position as they work into turn number 3. Milam still showing the way with Reynolds pushing him into turn 3.
Josh Milam in the 7 out in front, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds on his back bumper. There's 3 fingers in the air from the flagman, but we may not get to the end of this one. Here comes the 51 of Travis Elliott. He's going to try and make himself a nice little groove right down the back stretch or front stretch, and into turn 1 we go. 3 wide, everyone's scrambling, trouble behind them.
Yeah, it looks like the one car on the inside got up there, and Gruber involved in that one. I believe that was the 02 as Seth Gruber involved, along with Patrick Helton involved as well, as Logan Helton sits disabled on the inside of turn number 2. Smoke billowing from the 63. Yellow flag coming out here with just 3 laps remaining.
Gonna go in a green, white checkered attempt, but we're gonna check a replay here. You can see the 63 of Logan Helton getting tossed around from this incident. Looked like a lot of net code for Logan Helton. Patrick Gruber getting involved as you called it all out. We were sitting there watching it. Mark Mann, Gruber, Dan Harrington able to get through without too much time flying through the air.
A lot of fast cars up front. Sebastian Marin was also involved in that one. So one of our front runners picking up the stage 2 win, involved tearing the front end off of that 23. Just noticing that his car was damaged in that wreck, KR.
Zach Fritsch getting a little piece of it as well. The 46 of David Overstreet. So several race cars finding themselves a little beat up.
So now the question is, do you come in and get fuel? Do you have to with overtime? That means drivers pitting back on lap 73, 74. Are they going to have to come down pit road, put a little gas for insurance reasons to make it to the end?
We're going to check on board with Mark Mann in the 04. Looks like a little bit of contact between him and one other car. That's what triggers it, but that being what it is, oh boy. Big crash here at the end, man.
Yeah, it looks like he might have just got a little bit tight on entry there and just washed up maybe into the right or the left door panel of the 01 of Groover. That's just tight racing. They were 3, almost 4 wide going into turn number 1. And I don't know, I'm not that big of a race car driver. I don't think that is going to work out in most cases.
All right, so Jim Mayer in the 95, who won season 7 as a champion, 3 wins last season, on his way to the championship. Now he's out in front after being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And to be inducted into the OP Racing Hall of Fame, it is voted upon by all of their peers. And Jim ends up with the most votes, so an outstanding job. And now if he can walk away with a win, dude's on a hot streak.
Gonna come in. How would that round out with him picking up the Hall of Fame 250 win here after being inducted into that said Hall of Fame here tonight? What a great honor that is to be inducted there. We heard, you know, the induction at the beginning of the broadcast here, and you can just tell how much that meant to him. You know, what would the win mean to him? Here is we're going to come back to the green flag. It's going to be a green, white, checkered attempt to get this one done here tonight in what has been a great race.
Lights are out, and the 95 has elected the outside lane for this restart. On the inside will be the 51 of Travis Elliott. Rick Seabrand's in the 4 on the inside for row number 2, and on the outside, the 7 of Josh Milam. Then it's the 88 of Gabe Butler and the 04 of Mark Mann.
And what plays out here, KR, is this is attempt 1 of 2. So if we don't get back to that white flag, we're going to re-rack them and restack them if needed. Not saying that we will, but it is possible. Does that even put a little bit more strain on the fuel load that some of these cars have in them?
Oh, absolutely. Jim Mayer, Travis Elliott last on pit road on lap 73. We're working lap 84. This caution does help them out a little bit. They're going to have more than enough to get through this attempt for sure, but man, I don't know. I think they're going to be good no matter what. I think they're going to be good.
All right. Is that the quick math?
That's that quick math.
I like it.
I do too, because I'm never wrong. I'm just not accurate.
That's right.
All right, here we go. First attempt at a green, white checkered. Travis Elliott in the 51, Jim Mayer in the 95. Both of them to the throttle very cleanly, very aggressively. And here they go, drag race to turn number 1. Elliott trying to pick up his first win in a long time here on Monday night. Jim Mayer, well, he's just trying to keep his hot streak alive.
Trying to pick up right where he left off last season long. He's got Milam really pushing him down the back stretch. That Ford power pushing the Chevrolet to the front. Here they hit turn number 3. As they enter there, they got them 2 wide behind them, going to make it almost 3 wide. Will they make it to the white flag? Off of turn 4, KR coming at you. It's going to be Travis Elliott with the inside line, but here comes Mayer with a head of steam.
Jim Mayer in the 95, big head of steam as we get to the white flag. Final lap, final time around for the Hall of Fame 250 right here at the iRacing Super Speedway. Jim Mayer in the 95 drops down to the inside, takes that line away from the 51 of Travis Elliott, but Travis Elliott isn't done just yet. He's going to put his car up into the outside. Here comes Josh Milam in the 7. Milam going to give him a big shot. I thought Milam was going to jump up to the 3rd lane, but instead elects to hit the 51. Trouble behind him. That looked like Kevin Freese and Jeff Crosby. They are going to crash out on the last lap off of turn number 4. Here they come. Travis Elliott into the wall. He's going to get Mark Mann, and Josh Milam in the 7 is going to win the race. Jim Mayer brings it home 2nd, and Seth Gruber into 3rd.
How about that?
Milam in the 7, picking up the race win at the checkered flag. Let's take a look at that as they were coming down the line. Travis Elliott and Mark Mann get together. Rick Seabrands gets caught up in it as well. Both drivers cross the finish line spinning like a top. Take another look, and man, I don't know. Looked like maybe the 7 just on the back bumper trying to come to the checkered flag.
Giving that push just maybe a little bit the wrong way. Got a little bit light on that straightaway, possibly, KR?
It is entirely possible. I will say all finishes at OP Racing are reviewed. So Josh Milam in the 7 scores as your race winner. Jim Mayer second, Seth Gruber third. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and start our post-race show and get this one underway as the 7 makes it onto the front stretch. So let's start it off by talking to our race winner, Josh Milam. You got your ears on?
Yeah, man, I got them on.
Well, a solid finish here tonight. You bring it home with a first place finish here in the kickoff of season 8.
Yeah, don't know if it's gonna hold there. Haven't reviewed the replay yet. I tried to make a move there on Travis's inside. I lifted off the gas, thought I was off of his bumper there, made a move to the inside. I guess I wasn't off his bumper and it turned him, so not sure if this win will stick, but for now I'll take it until then. But
all right, well, we were talking about how all of the finishes are reviewed, and so we'll anxiously wait to hear that. But for right now, you did cross the start finish line in first, and I'll tell you what, you were making some solid moves down the backstretch. Oh
yeah, I was anytime you want, you know, this track, it'll let you do what you want. Basically, if you're in the rear, you can get to the front, matter of a couple laps. I was in position up front to make some moves there, and I don't think you ever want to be in the lead coming to the white flag on this track. And I mean, I was where I wanted to be. Made some moves to get there, like you guys said. So it was fun, all in all, fun race. It's some fortunate finish there.
All right, Josh, well, solid run here, and we'll wait and see what happens. But for right now, we're going to declare you the winner. So any shout outs or thank yous for that?
Shout out to the FSR guys, everyone in the broadcast watching tonight. Shout out to everybody that came out to watch. We had a pretty big field for this track. It kind of was a disaster for a while, but we're on to a real track next week, and should be cleaning up a lot next week. Shout out to you and Al up there. Go back and watch. You guys did an awesome job. Shout out to Eric and Christina and out there watching me. And I believe that covers it.
All right, Josh. Well, nice job out here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, thanks, man.
Josh Milam from Fuel Sim Racing. Heard it from him. He's not sure it's going to stick, and if the race admin wins the race and he's saying that he's not sure it's going to stick, oof, may not be good for him. But now let's move on to our second place finisher. That is none other than Jim Mayer. And Al, I believe you have caught up with Jim.
I am down here with Jim Mayer, the Hall of Famer, inducted here tonight. Coming up just one spot shy in this Hall of Fame 250. Jim, and this race, wild. The speeds, everything. What got you to the second place finish here tonight, and what did you need just so ever so close to getting to the victory lane?
Keep it clean is what you got to do. I know Rick had a little bit of damage there. He was giving his all. We just got a little bit separated there out of 4. That's probably what cost us there was just getting separated. But I know Rick's giving it his all. But clean car is key here. The speeds, the runs you get, to me it's exciting. I have fun here.
How's the heart rate? I know KR and I up in the booth, we were on the edge of our seat, and we broke our heart monitors because we just can't handle it. We can't even imagine what it's like being behind the wheel of one of these stock cars racing around here. You guys, 240 miles an hour. Do you really get that sensation of speed here at the iRacing Superspeedway?
Yeah, definitely gets the blood flowing. When you get those runs, it's. You're kind of just along for the ride, and it's definitely definitely gets the blood flowing. So it's a good time. To definitely get the heart rate up. Of course we got caught up a little bit there. So we were trying to keep it clean for the end there, but.
Well, you're going to start your title defense with a second place finish. Got to be a good points night headed into Dega next week. We'll see you there. But before we let you go, who made it all possible for you to get here on this podium? I know you got a lot of people to thank.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, we got the guys at Alliance. We were one short tonight. We're looking for, we got our hashtag Free Holloway movement going. We love him and miss him. And he's a contender at this track all the time. So definitely could have used his help there. But like I said, the guys at Alliance, I know Rick and Mark, they're there, and Logan, we're there to, and we're trying to help get each other up front and trying to be there at the end. All the guys at Alliance Motorsports, for keeping this fun and keeping me, keeping this team up towards the front and a contender every week. All the guys at OP that put this stuff on, and of course you guys up in the booth putting on the show.
Well, thank you for providing a great show and coming home with a second place finish. We look forward to talking to you maybe one spot better next week at Talladega.
I certainly hope so.
There you go. Your second place finisher, KR. That is Jim Mayer. And I believe you caught up with our third place finisher here tonight, the driver of that 02 automobile.
I have caught up with the 02. That is none other than Yoshi himself. How you doing, Yoshi?
Pretty good. That was a fun race.
Well, we enjoyed the heck out of it. Seth, you and your twin brother Patrick put on a heck of a show. You guys were making some outstanding moves all race long. You bring it home in third place here tonight. What was it like out there for you guys working together here at iRacing Superspeedway?
First off, this track is a lot of fun, and it takes a lot of manhandling to get the car through the turns, but overall it was a good race. Seemed like Sebastian and Kevin had it hooked up on the bottom, and me and Patrick were trying to keep up, but it ebbed and flowed. Pit stops were hard. It was it was fun. It was fun.
Well, it was an outstanding race. One of my favorite super speedways to broadcast a race, because you get a real sense of speed here, and everyone pretty much just dies horrific deaths when a crash happens. How were you able to hold on to that one? I believe you were caught up in one sideways and able to keep it going.
I can't remember which one you're talking about. There was a couple of them, but there was one where I got my nose cut off there entering the turn, and it put me on the apron, and I just let the car do what it had to do, and thank God it saved itself. But I gotta say thanks to Jimmy and Josh. Good win, Josh, because that was awesome. Good finish. But gotta say thanks to those guys for putting this on. It's super hyped. It lived up to it, that's for sure. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to watch the broadcast. That's for sure.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go to watch that broadcast, any shout outs or thank yous that you missed or haven't said yet?
You gotta thank everybody who's watching. Hopefully there's a bunch of people watching, and wish my brother, my twin brother, was able to finish, but we'll get him next week.
All right, man. Well, nice job out there tonight. Congratulations on third place in your debut race out here.
Heck yeah, thanks, man.
All right, well, there you have it. A top 3 podium finish for a rookie. And after the rookies were really putting it to our veterans, Al, ends up we only have one rookie in the top 10, and that's Seth.
Yeah, it was what a great race this really was, KR. And these drivers really, you can hear it, how much fun they had at what a track that had a lot of speed built into it. And like you said, you really get that sense of speed. And it's just amazing just listening to just those 3 drivers. I imagine we could talk to anybody in the field about how just you have to manhandle the race cars here at the iRacing Superspeedway.
All right, so let's take a look at the rest of our results here tonight. Josh Milam picking up the win. Jim Mayer second, third Seth Groover, Dustin Barber fourth, and rounding out the top 5, the 88 of Gabe Butler.
Finishing in that 6th spot is the Buckwild Racing car number 27, a Sean Stevens. Mark Mann will come home 7th. Jared Forbes in 8th. Travis Elliott will come home 5th. And rounding out your top 10 was Cody Eldred, and that is a privateer driver.
11th goes to Kevin Freese. Rick Seabrand's while spinning brings it home in 12th. 13th, Jimmy Reynolds. 14th, Dan Harrington. And Jeremy Funk is 15th spot.
The Alliance Motorsports number 63 of Logan Helton will come home 16th. Rob Connors will come home in the 17th in the checkered flag Motorsports 00. Jeffrey Crosby will cross the line 18th. Hunter Reynolds 19th. And JD Creo will round out your top 20.
Eric Laurie, Richard Kuhn, Andy Regante, Les Levy, and Peter DeBorgia will bring it home in 25th spot.
26 will go to Sebastian Mayer, and after winning stage number 2, he'll come home 26. 27th will go to Zach Workman, Dave Hunt, Zach Fritz, and the third 77 of David Booth will come home 30th.
David Overstreet, 31st. Patrick Gruber, 32nd. 33rd goes to Cody Ober. Joe Delavecchia brings it home in 34th. And Doug Rice finishing 10 laps down in 35th spot.
Bob Covera in the number 5 automobile will come home 36th. Anthony English, 37th. Randall Cobb, 38th. Alex Green, 39th. Derek Conley and Tyler Miller still gets my vote for the best save of the race. Will come home in that 41st and final spot here tonight in the season opener for the OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series.
What a season opener it was. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us out here tonight. I hope you all will join us next Monday night as we head to Talladega. So until then, stay safe and have a good night.